Hey, what's going on, guys? So we are in week 4, round 1 of the last 3v3 match. We are against Rev Zor. I tried to do my GAC match with the sound effects, meaning like you can hear the lightning, you can hear the lightsabers, the abilities and stuff, but I accidentally left it at full volume. So when I was doing a voiceover, it kind of was way louder than my voice and you couldn't hear me talk. So unfortunately, that didn't really work. So I'm going to do a voiceover on this gameplay, but here's his roster. I have more Gear 13s, but he has more Zetas, and he has 1 speed faster Darth Revan than I do. He has 161, I have 160. That's plus 160. So that's pretty much the only thing I pointed out. Going over my defenses here, nothing too big on the change. I'm definitely going to have to change things up based on who I am facing next round, because it's somebody from my Discord server. So looking forward to that. But for this match, didn't really change all that much. He did attack Treyas severely early. I think it was in the first 5 minutes of the match. Just, went with attacking, I think I said Treya. He attacked Geos early. As you can see here, I have the Resistance heroes all farmed up. Just working on Gear 13 Poe for now. Because I'm going for, Rey. So that should be within the next month. I will have a video on that. I don't know, the buffs to Kylo Ren came out today, and they are absolutely absurd. So Kylo went from he's amazing in raids and decent in PvP defense to pretty dang good on defense. So going right along, we have our defensive front-bottom wall right here. Because Malik is with Palpatine and he does have SLKR, I can easily use Gas Chewie 5s to take out his SLKR if it's on defense, because Malik will not be with the team. So as I see that, I can easily take SLKR against this and solo for 55 banners. That's my goal here. As well as a kept crew for offense this round. I typically don't do that, but decided to try something a little new this round. I like to do something new every single round. Of course, as always, I will attack the bottom wall first. I like to see what's in the back bottom zone before I continue up top. I'm showing my Malevolence on defense because he has 7-star Malevolence and 7-star Negotiator. So because of that, Mirror Match Negotiator is easier than Mirror Match Malevolence on the star count. So getting right to it on this, all you have to do is stun Bastila Fallen first, and it's game over. This is very easy. The same thing works with Darth Revan, Bastila Fallen, and Malik. You stun Bastila Fallen on first. Yoink! And it's gonna be 55 banners. Doesn't matter who the leader is. And yeah, there you have it. Because there's no fear. The life drain from Malik is useless. Everything is just straight useless against SLKR. So moving right along, I don't need my crew and Watt for Night Sisters, as my bounty hunters are my favorite counter, and I like to do a lot of yoinks with them, so I went with this team. And it's very fun to use because he hits very, very hard. Yeah. So anyways, enjoy this. I will be commentating throughout this video, but there are quite a few yoinks in this video. Pretty fun match. And yoink! There's one right there. I gotta say, Fox, he's Relic 5, not the best modded character I have on my roster. But even at Relic 5, I'd say B tier modded. He hits like a truck with that weapons tech. So Really fun team to use on offense. They take out quite a few squads. A pretty beefy Geonosian Brood Alpha here. I like to take Treya and Scion and Sith Assassin versus any variation of Geos. Even if they have Watt in there, that will easily handle that. My Sith Assassin is modded pretty dang fast, therefore she gets to go first and grant turn meter to my whole team. So my Scion and Treya get to go first. I think actually the best call of action there would have just to basic, because there will be a cleanse and there is 50-50 chance of Geonosian Brood Alpha going after Treya or Scion when he cleanses. I was lucky and fortunate enough to go, or that they went for Scion, but I think it would have been smart to wait for the AoE dispel after the cleanse from Geonosian Brood Alpha. Regardless, it still worked out. My Scion and Treya are modded specifically for the Geonosian counter. As you saw, I was trying to get a Yoink right there, but I did not get a crit. Unfortunate, but we did get an ability block and healing immunity, so that's pretty decent there. If you do have any questions on my modding of Scion and Treya, let me know. But basically, it's a crit avoidance arrow with full 6 health mods with health primary on the triangle, cross, and circle. I think he has 105,000 HP with a crit avoidance, 35% on the arrow. Treya is modded for defense and HP, I believe. When I opened up the back wall, I was pretty surprised on the lack of firepower, if I'm going to be honest. With that being said, he literally kept every single offensive team except for, like, what is that, Malik and Palpatine, Bastila Fallen, and then Shakti clones. It's the only offensive teams that he put on defense. The rest is pretty, like, Gear 12, easy 54 plus banners. So at this point, I was like, okay, he's probably going to full clear me, so I need to be pretty efficient on this. I did reread the kit just to clarify that his sacrifice only applies to clones. I know there's so many kits in the game, sometimes I forget which one's which, what applies to what. So in my mind, I had, it applies to all 501st, and then I had to reread it, 501st clones. But irregardless, my gas is modded for very, very, very high protection, and the attacks out of turn, they cannot crit. So he is just such a beast of a tank. Gas, that is. So you're going to see him just demolish everybody. The increase of cooldowns on Rex is what I was going for. Killing Shakti fairly early is also what I was going for. And yeah, I probably should have gone gas +1, but I guess I will know that for next time I might use this team. Moving right along, if you guys do have any questions, I do have a Discord. Feel free to join that. Ask me any questions. I'm on it a lot. Currently working from home because of COVID. So, checking that fairly frequently, especially if you ping me. I'm very available to answer. The Discord link is in the description. By the way, if you're going to go against a nest on defense, please check the tenacity of the nest, and make sure, for example, if you're going to use Jedi Knight Revan, make sure your Jedi Knight Revan has more potency, not more, but just high potency. If the nest has 100% more tenacity than your potency on Jedi Knight Revan, you will time out. So just be aware of that. Not only will you time out, but you might actually lose. So I do have a less than 100% potency tenacity check. Therefore, I can land the max HP down on Nest. Also, I would recommend leaving Nest for offense, as especially in D1, people can really play around the Nest. They know what to do to take her down. But Nest herself, when modded correctly, can take out a team 1v5. Not a lot of characters can do that. I know I said 1v5, that is correct. She can take out 1v5 teams. So 1v3 is even easier. As you might have seen in Several of my videos, she gets 55 banners on so many different times. Not only that, but she does, my personal nest gets 55 banners in a match coming up. So I do have quite a bit for offense, as you'll see on the left-hand side here. There's not really many options but to overkill here. Something I would recommend is, even if you do want to full clear against somebody with a lot of gear 13s or stuff like that, make sure you do put a decent defense down. You don't want to just put literally 2 meta teams on defense and call it a day. I wouldn't even call Shock T a meta team. I would call the Palpatine, Basilican, Malik team a meta in 3v3, but the rest of these teams are just simply, well, yeah, you'll see these videos. So save yourself, or put yourself a good amount of defense. Don't save it all for offense. Yeah, I don't know. You guys saw my defense earlier. I have some tricky defenses. Some are fairly straightforward. I do have to say one thing, though, in 3v3. I think the B-tier teams are what define your defense. As I get Yoinks here, everyone knows how to play against Grievous. Everyone knows how to play against this and that. But it's those teams that you're like, I don't know if I faced this before, or this seems fairly easy, and let me just get a yoink right up in her. And then all of a sudden, they surprise you with a yoink. But oh yeah, we hit Kyber during this match. But it's those B tier teams that really come in clutch on the defensive aspect. For example, like JTR actually surprises people. The Finn lead with the Resistance Heroes is such a good team. Just little things like that are actually what keep the defense going. But yeah, so far before this match, we are 9-0. We were sitting at rank, I believe, 38 right at attack phase. So rank 38 in D1 and Kyber. So we're sitting pretty decent. I did look at the feats this time. Usually I do not look at feats whatsoever. I just go for the win. But I decided to look at feats, and I saw that there's a Wampa icon. And I wanted to get the Wampa feat. So typically this team is Thrawn, C3PO, and Nihilus. Some of you who watch me on a regular basis know I've used that team 3 to 4 months ago on last 3v3. Yoink! And I get to use it occasionally in this season. So, yoink! If you're curious, rip on what that type of team beats the C3PO, Thrawn, and Darth Nihilus team, you can message me in Discord. It actually beats quite a bit of teams. You may be surprised. So the cool thing is you have a Fracture, which is, in my opinion, the best debuff in the game. Yes, I think it's better than Fear. I think it's better than Buff Immunity Locked. I think it's just incredible. Fracture works on Galactic Legends. It's just so good. But the fact that you can Fracture, having Thrawn lead, the ability to use his special icon thing with his lead, gets to Fracture fast, as well as swap TM with Darth Nihilus and grant him more protection regen. Not regen, but just give him protection, as well as C3PO hiding and calling Darth Nihilus to assist. And when Darth Nihilus assists, he dispels buffs, reduces his Force Drain cooldown, as well as once he gets translation on the field, C3PO can reduce his Annihilate cooldown. I don't know, it's just a really unique team. But as you can see on the left, I have so many teams left. It's kind of ridiculous. Probably will go a little bit heavier on the defensive aspect next round. So just because this was a bit overkill. I did not expect him to go this light on the defense. Not sure what his game plan here was. But those of you who know me using Palpatine 5v5, I absolutely love it when I don't allow my opponent to even take one single turn. So I was kind of thrilled in this match, yoink, right here when I didn't allow them to take a single turn. I do that all the time with my Palpatine team. Not allowing a team to take a turn, super fun to do. It's kind of something I strive for. But yeah, this is kind of just one of those sit back and relax GLs. Nothing really to scratch your head about. But, you know, going into the next round, gonna have to focus on some tough teams going forward. But yeah, definitely gonna set a tougher defense, as I just had so much left over in the bag. It's kind of ridiculous. As I click on this card team, you'll see what I have on the left. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, look at all that stuff. You're more than welcome to, I don't know who's watching left. I guess I can do a shout out word if you're still watching. Those of you, let's go with Yoink Army. If you watch this far, put a hashtag Yoink Army in the description or comment section, and I would appreciate it. Also, if you have any suggestions on videos you would like to see, I am open to suggestions. I know I do a lot of GAC videos, but I don't do a lot of other videos. I have done some SLKR counters. I know a lot of people are requesting Ray counters, but the problem with Ray is that in my arena shard, Ray teams, nobody sets a Territory War or GAC Ray team. It's just ridiculous. They place Ray, Gas, Fives, Rex, and Watt, or something ridiculous like that. Something you would never, ever, ever see in GAC. So I can't test. And then when I try to, you know, ask, hey, are you able to set Ray standard Territory War team or GAC team? They're like, no, that takes too much time. I'm kind of busy or whatever. So it's so hard to test. But I'm working towards it, guys. I know there's a lot of Ray teams out there, Ray counters out there, but I'm working towards it. But other than Ray counters and Galactic Legend counters, please, you know, let me know if you want to see any different type of videos. I know there's a lot of videos that Arnold and Cubs put out of, you know, the GM announcements or whatever, but I don't know, I feel like those are just so repetitive. Everyone sees the announcements, the dev announcements, and comments on videos. Like, I don't know, I feel like they'd just be repetitive. Maybe I could start a new series. If you have a series you want me to start, put that in the comments. I feel like GAC kind of is my thing, but also I want to branch out from GAC videos. I do quite a bit of them, so I guess I'll just let the rest of this video play out, as I'm kind of just repeating myself. But yeah, all right, take care, guys. Results at the end, like always.